Hello, welcome back to firmware request number 17 already. And this is a simple one with a little bit of an extension, making it a very useful one, I think. So let's get going and look at the problem, what we are talking about. So what I want Sony to do, and yeah, we talked about it in the group, is basically, this is again, we want to mix a little bit more difficult ones with simple ones. This one is about changing the color of some of the icons, and especially in this request, the crop icon, because sometimes people forget that they are in crop mode. And I think maybe changing the color might be a good fix, but actually maybe also turning it into a border which is around your whole frame, similar to how the A9 does its I'm taking a shot sort of moment might be a solution. I also think what is sort of nice if they would allow us, I've kind of mixed this one up, I must admit, not to get 9,000 requests. What would be nice is if that could be combined with an extra function in switching from crop mode to not crop mode by putting it on a button. And what I mean with this is basically that's not a new feature. It's a feature that's already on the A9. So if you have an A9, then you have an extra ring on your lens, which for $12,000 is probably not a bad deal. But if you rotate the front of that dial, it automatically jumps into crop mode and jumps back. And you can actually then very quickly take one picture in crop mode or zoom into that, or zoom is a little bit difficult word here, magnify into that mode, and then let it jump back. And that might also be for many people actually be a very nice solution if you can put it on the side of your lens, for example. So even on this lens, it would be nice if we could sort of press the button and then it would go into crop mode, and if you leave it, it would go out of crop mode. So on the 400 f2. No, f4, sorry. If you rotate the front one, it sort of has a third ring that you can sort of push or rotate a bit, and then it goes into crop mode. And if you leave it, it will jump back automatically. I think the same function, they could just put it on, not making the 35 crop mode, sorry, it's called 35 millimeter mode. But basically the button to go from full frame to crop, which is already in the camera, just make it a button function. So then it would be in crop now, out of crop, in crop, out of crop. So let's get back to the whole request. It's now complaining because I was in the wrong mode. So what's the whole request about? The whole request is about that sometimes it happens that you don't notice yourself that you are in crop mode. And this is a good example. I am in crop mode, I can promise you, but I don't see any visual hints because most of the time I'm in a mode where I don't have everything on display on. Now, if I would have turned it all on, it might look something like this. Most likely this one. And then, yes, it does tell me that we are in crop mode at the top, but it's not really clear and is really easy to overlook. I think it would be way better if it would be orange, which is kind of similar as the overheating warning. At least you will notice it. But what might be even better is to put a ring around the whole frame, if that makes sense. So what I mean with that is that in the border, always not just on this screen, but in the border, so also in this screen, it would actually show me a small orange border hinting that I'm in crop mode. The best simulation I can probably give is taking it out of crop mode. So here we go. Right, so now it's out of crop mode. And now you noticed on the screen, I'm hoping that it shows that on the screen, yes. We see the borders of the, basically the same borders, right? We are now seeing where the face detection border is, which is kind of the same position as the crop mode, right? Because if we go into crop, you will notice that they are going away. Right, now I don't see them anymore. They're gone. The moment that I turn crop mode off, you can see them popping up. Right? they should pop up. Oh, I'm in review mode. So now you can see them popping up. So one nice solution would be to use the same kind of borders, just make them way bigger and almost put them in the edge, if that makes sense. Because it would signal to me that I'm in crop mode, and it would signal clearly that it wouldn't bother me, let me say it like this. So if I mean in the edge, I mean really in the edge. So in this case below, I'm not sure how well to show that, I guess. Let's go to this one, although you don't see it on the screen. But I really mean in the edge of the frame over here, that the same sort of border that we are now seeing here would be at the edge of my eye view. I guess the most similar one would be the way that is done with the A9 in the silent shooting mode. Now what would be really nice, and let me try to go to combined view, so this one, if that the moment that I would imagine that I will be able to press this button and it would automatically, let me take it out of continuous mode, because then it doesn't give me this error, because it's now in zoom, right? So is it magnify? Imagine that this magnify would actually be the going into crop mode function, right? Let me aim the camera a bit better. Here we go. So that would mean that the moment that I press it, I have several kind of new options, right? So I would see no border at the moment at the edge. The moment that I press it and hold it, I would get a border around the whole image, if that makes sense. As long as I keep the button pressed, I'm in crop mode. Again, the same is already implemented for the bigger lens, so the code is there. I can take the picture and then it would automatically sort of drop out of crop mode if I release my finger. It even has a really nice side effect for me just to focus or just to look. I know this sounds weird, but imagine if I look at this target, right? I would press the button. It will go into magnify mode, but it's not really in magnify mode because it's in crop mode. I hope that still makes sense. So I can do autofocus. I can just quickly see what's up over there. Then either I take the picture like that, or I release my finger and then take the picture. Right? So it will be a very interesting combination. I'm guessing that's why they also build it into the expensive sport lens, because then if you're doing sports, you can quickly sort of go into crop mode and go out again. Go into crop mode and go out again. So I think the same function over here would actually make a lot of sense. And I didn't ask, but maybe I should have asked Patrick or some of the other owners of the, Patrick Murphy, sorry, some of the other owners of the expensive lens, what actually happens if they touch this button or rotate this front dial. Does it actually show you, and how does it show you that you are in crop mode? So yeah, that's basically the request I wanted to put out there as request number 17. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you also agree with this one, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.